We have a saying around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no brains, no headache.
Well, hello, boys.
What's up? What's up?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Welcome to No Brains, No Headache Podcast, episode 237. We are back in the studio mainly because it is deathly cold outside. And that's just the life we live here in Bismarck, North Dakota. We're coming to you live from the capital city. And we're happy to be here. Name's Jordan Weichel. I'm going to be your host today. Happy to be here. Damn glad to do it. Across from me is my co-host, confidant, longtime friend, fellow comedian. He has been with me for all 237. It is Matt Ongo Cleary. How are you?
It's pretty cold out.
Yeah, I know.
If one more person, and I mean this, if I pick up the phone and they start a conversation with, "Are you staying warm?" I'm hanging up the phone, driving to wherever they live, and setting their house on fire.
See, that's really even interesting over the phone, and I could see that causing a lot of anger in my life. Doesn't take a whole lot, but I could see that causing a lot of anger for me because at least for me, it's usually people coming inside from the cold and then going back out to the cold when they mention it. The fact that they're doing it over the phone, or when people tell me, stay warm, it's like, I am inside. Yeah. And I'm such a smartass. I'm so sarcastic with people when they say stupid shit like that. I'm like, yeah, we have this thing. It's called heat. It's pretty incredible. You should try it in your trailer house sometime.
And when they ask if I'm staying warm, it's like, I'm in a heated office. Do you think that people that work in offices just don't have heat and they're sitting there with gloves on?
And if you're not staying warm, you usually do something to keep yourself warm.
Unless you're homeless.
Unless you're homeless, living under a bridge, like the movie Dennis the Menace, cooking up a pot of beans, burning the roof of your mouth.
We got to stop doing we just go back to like, what was it like? And we just pick an obscure movie that like 6 people would really like get the reference.
Yeah, I told you some juicy gossip prior to us recording, and it turns out Matt and I were thinking about the same exact scene.
The scene from Dennis the Menace, and you're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that greasy homeless crook guy. What is he anyway? He's just
like a drifter.
Yeah, he's just like an oily dude, and he's just like going through like suburban America.
I need to rewatch Dennis the Menace.
Can we watch it together?
Yeah.
It's so funny when he puts the chiclets in his dish.
I was just thinking that too.
Those are like the only few scenes that I do remember from that movie.
Or do you remember the movie Problem Child?
I know which one you're talking about. I think I maybe watched it once or twice. Is it with Tom Arnold in there?
He might be, but it's like the only thing I remember is at the end of the movie, they basically like put the wife in a suitcase and throw her over an overpass, and then they go back to hanging out.
All right, it's a 1990 film.
John Ritter.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Carpool. You ever seen that one? It's an obscure 90s comedy.
I'd maybe need to see like
Is it called Carpool? Carpool movie. Okay, 1996 film. Okay, see, yeah, this one has Tom Arnold. That's what I was thinking of. Problem Child is with John Ritter, and Gilbert Gottfried's in there, apparently. Not going to name anybody else. No, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's kind of one of those movies I think of where they're like, oh, the kid's ruining your life. It's like, honestly, most people that have kids are like, this kid's ruining our lives. Got some horrible reviews.
I was about to say, where's the Rotten Tomatoes?
It's up on the right.
Is it? It's just this...
Oh. Maybe it's so bad it just
Metacritic has it at a 27%.
Yeah, maybe it's so bad that it just doesn't have a Rotten Tomatoes.
IMDb 5.5. The Rotten Tomatoes is right here. Let's see what the movie Problem Child got on Rotten Tomatoes. Is Rotten Tomatoes like when you look up a recipe and they give you an 8-paragraph explanation of like how they came up with this recipe, or if you ever like Google an exercise or a workout, there's like several paragraphs like explaining their fitness journey. It's like, I was just looking for dumbbell exercises.
Yeah.
I didn't need your life story.
Or that's like simple recipe and it's a 35-minute video of them creating it.
0%? Is that right?
It just means it doesn't have any critic reviews.
What is it? What do I look at on Rotten Tomatoes? I'm new.
There's 30 reviews, but I don't think any critics have.
It's
reviewed.
0% on the tomato meter, 42% on the popcorn meter.
And I think that popcorn meter is the audience review.
So Rotten Tomatoes doesn't even have a rating.
No, it's either so good or so bad that if you thought that this episode was going to go into a deep dive of obscure 90s movies, well, actually that's pretty...
That is pretty accurate. Oof. You should know what you're getting yourself
Carpool,
into.
14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Man, dude, this is way better than that. I thought Carpool was definitely going to be better than Problem Child. But anyway, it is cold as... I don't know how to explain this.
It's cold as North Dakota in February. It's like, oh, it's negative 30 out. It's like, who could have seen this one coming? I don't know. Literally everyone that lives here.
I met a guy from Alaska the other day, and he said he wants to go back to Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska's warmer.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And we're going to have like a 70-degree weather change, and that is going to piss me off even more.
Gosh.
Because that's going to be the topic of conversation.
Great audio out of the gate. Talking weather.
Yeah.
But it's not our fault. It's not Matt and myself's fault that people, that's what they talk about.
Yeah.
I am so ready to talk about something else, but I'm just trying to be courteous to strangers, ask how they're doing. I ask people, hey, how are you? It's cold out. That is not what I asked. I asked, how are you? If you said, I'm cold, then maybe we could get on the same page. Do you have nothing better to talk about besides the temperature outside?
I wish people had to be brutally honest when you ask them, how are you doing? Like, well, my shoulder's out of place and I went to the chiropractor for the first time and it made things worse.
I don't have a happy medium when people ask how I'm doing. I'm either brutally honest or they just get a cold shoulder.
Good, you.
Yeah. Well, I always do I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Because that is the proper way.
The thing I go with the most is hanging in there. And now that I say that out loud, I'm mad at myself.
Yeah, you'll be hanging from the rafters in your garage later. And you'll be hanging in there all right.
Yeah, and I'll be cold then too.
The body won't even need to be frozen.
Yeah, rigor mortis sets in 6 seconds.
Are you a donor? Because then your organs will be preserved that way.
I am, but I don't think I should be.
Yeah, I'm going to take one good look at your...
You'd be like, why is his insides black?
Yeah, it's like we took his left ear.
Yes.
That was all that we could salvage off of him.
One of his eyes we thought was good, but there was a bunch of Krispy Kreme donut residue in it. We don't know how that got there.
You don't want to know what these eyes have seen.
He had a full ear of corn in his lower intestine.
Or people say living the dream or another day in paradise, a.k.a. I'm on suicide watch. And I'm just trying to cover it up.
Oh, I'm doing terrific, living the dream. Really?
And then if I am in a good mood, rare. I like to say stupid shit like, I tell you what, if I was doing any better to be a federal crime, huh?
Ow, it's the one shoulder that hurts.
I've barely touched you.
Jordan, I'm going to have Tommy John.
Yeah, Matt has to go to the Cairo after this, so we got to cut it short. But this is episode 237. It's cold outside. We know that. Date of recording is President's Day. Is that day even exist anymore? Does that day only happen if you're a federal employee or a student?
I don't care because I get the day off, so.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Woo,
yeah,
federal.
That makes sense.
Yeah, President's Day. Go Presidents.
It'll be after President's Day by the time you're hearing or watching this on YouTube. We are on YouTube. Make sure to check that out. That seems to be the new and improved way to check out the show, check out the studio. Watch us do our antics. I'm going to try my best to not walk off screen today. No promises.
Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Also, presidents, 25% of our presidents that we've ever had have owned slaves.
Now we have to take blame for that.
Yeah. If anything, it should be anti-President's Day. Every 4 years.
Thanks a lot, Obama.
Yeah. John Adams just had a fleet of slaves.
Don't all presidents technically have modern day slaves?
Yeah.
I mean, they get paid for their time, but
Could you imagine Trump cooking for himself?
No.
Actually, he does it anyways. He just goes to McDonald's.
You know what he needs to try is some zero sugar cherry cola, because that's what I have.
I had a Barks, and it was surprisingly good.
You crushed that.
Oh,
Barks.
it is in my esophagus right now.
Yeah, I went and picked up some soda pops for the studio and had to argue with the nice old man at the grocery store to get the discount. Worth it. Worth every penny.
Yeah, the old dude that works at the grocery store by my house doesn't understand the concept of a belt, so he just walks around with his ass hanging out.
Not even suspenders?
He sometimes has suspenders, but they're not tight enough, so it literally, like, his ass will still be hanging out.
Terrific.
Yeah, it's just really gets me hungry.
You're just like self-checkout, and it's just beeping, and then you look over and see his ass, and you just start putting stuff back. You're like, yeah, I'm not hungry anymore.
And every time I just get roasted by the self-checkout. Like, something will happen and be like, oh, please put that item in the bagging area. And it's like, I did. And then, like, a 16-year-old kid has to come over and be like, oh, yeah, here you go.
The modern day grocery store, they don't even help you, load up your groceries anymore.
No.
You have to do it yourself.
There used to be a guy back in my day where they would load it up into a wheelie cart.
Yeah.
And they'd wheel it out.
He's wearing an apron.
Yep. And they would put it in your car for you.
Not anymore.
You don't even get bags when you go to, like, Sam's or Costco.
It's redonkulous.
Yeah.
Like the whole weather thing. If another person tells me how expensive groceries are, I might also blow a little. Here's an idea. Don't be a fat ass and maybe skip a meal or two.
Go to Dollar Tree.
Yeah, eat something else. When you have Red Baron pizza and chicken tenders and Cheetos in your grocery cart, I don't feel bad for you. Yeah, it should be expensive because you're a fat ass.
That's when I knew inflation got bad, when, like, a family-sized bag of tortilla chips was like $9.97.
Well, that's why I had to argue with him to get the 50% off the studio.
Yeah, we
soda
had
pops.
a slight argument, goes to the camera, and it's just Jordan feeding punches to a 97-year-old.
Just put a grocery bag over his head.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
It's some good, clean family fun. But we got episode 237. Matt, let's get into it.
I don't know. I got fucking waste.
Oops.
Let's party.
I did two of them at once.
So I wrote down stealing is back. And I mean, stealing's never really left. People steal things all the time. But I heard one of the funniest stories that I've heard in a long time. And it was this guy that works at a pizza place that we know. And
Like, we know the guy or we know the pizza place?
both.
Okay.
And so it's a smaller pizza place. And this guy comes in just holding like a ton of clothes. And he goes into the bathroom. And then he comes out and he's still holding all the clothes. And the guy working there just like looks at him weird and he goes, you know what? You got to do what you got to do. And he goes into the bathroom and there's just TJ Maxx tags everywhere. And apparently what you got to do is steal about 40 articles of clothing from TJ Maxx.
And then go to the pizza joint nearby. I know exactly which one it is now.
Yeah.
Judging by the geographic location.
It's not hard to figure out. If you really want to do the due diligence, you can figure it out.
Can you just walk out with that stuff and nothing's going to happen?
I don't know what he did. Maybe.
What's with the sensors? What do those things do?
I'm not sure if those even work.
There's no way they're going to picking up a little paper barcode.
And if they're either that or like I've gotten like picked up, they're like, I check out and then they go and it's like, beep, 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 beep. I'm like, oh, what's this? And they're like, oh, just go ahead. And it's like, what?
And nobody does anything.
No, like the rule at, I think like Home Depot and like Lowe's is you can't stop shoplifters if you work there. So people will just go in, load up a cart of power tools, and then just walk right out with it.
That's good to know.
Yeah. But you really can't go back there because they call the cops and then they get like the video surveillance of it.
Well, you can't go back to Home Depot in Bismarck because it closed down, and shortly after they built a hotel in the parking lot. So,
Yeah,
the economy's thriving.
Yeah,
you could
you
say.
know, yeah. especially in Bismarck.
Let's be honest. I like to save big money at
that
no
place.
free ads.
Sucks. They have like one person working there at all times, and then like I end up just asking a guy that's shopping there. I'm like, do you know where?
They usually do.
Yeah, they always do. They're like, do you know where the floor runners are?
Matt, imagine working at. You would probably be hanging in there from the rafters in your
I'd
garage.
be back in my garage, it's cold again.
Yeah.
Damn.
What if you did that and then it didn't suffocate yourself? You just died of hypothermia.
Do you like the Frank in Always Sunny when he's like, Frank lost a bet, so he's trying to hang himself, and then he's just hanging there, and he's like, his neck's too thick, and he's like, don't try and stop me. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, stealing's back. I've been doing this thing too where I go to like Sam's or Costco and I would accidentally steal stuff. It could be on the bottom of my cart. But now I've gotten to like the reverse of it where I'll accidentally leave stuff. Where I bought like a big old pack of batteries that was like $20 and I just put my cart back and it was still sitting in my cart.
You're an idiot.
Yep.
You need to get the app on your phone where you can scan as you go. And then you have to go under the magical wand thing. Somehow it knows exactly.
I've never done like grocery delivery, never done that, never done Uber Eats.
Never. I did it once because of the free
DoorDash.
promotional thing. Like right when it
Yeah.
came to the area.
Yeah, I've never done any of those stuff. I can only do Lyft for obvious reasons.
Yeah, $47 Lyft is brutal.
That's
that really cuts into the budget.
Your $47 Lyft is more than like the 7 Lyfts I took in Chicago combined.
But you know what my policy is? Cheaper than a DUI. Bingo.
Unless you kick off their front view mirror, then it's not.
Unless you can't figure out the code to get into your own house and they have to get out and help you.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then,
or like
and then charge you with the $100 puke stay. You're like, I didn't even puke in his car, but he did help me get into my house, so I'll pay it.
Last week going up to my door, please be open. I don't know the code to my
Was
own
it open?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I'm just sitting there like, come on. Yes.
Well, I remember when you first moved into this house where the studio is located. Trade secret there for you. That was before we had the keypad.
Yeah.
And so sometimes the garage wouldn't work. So I found myself going around back and be like, please be unlocked, please be unlocked, please be unlocked. And it was.
Yeah. One time I asked my brother to feed my cat for literally one time. Like I was going to be gone for like 16 hours.
There's no way you can handle that.
And he locked the garage door going into the house, which was like the backup. Like, hey, if you can't get in, go to the back, go in the garage door, and then the inside garage door will be open. He's like, I locked that. I'm like, great. So now there's a dog and a cat in the house that no one can get to.
Why would he lock that door?
I don't know. He's supposedly the smart one in the family.
Okay, there's a huge difference between book smart and street smart, and I've been a large advocate of this my entire life, mainly because I'm retarded. But
Yeah, mainly because I'm not book smart.
Yeah.
Like if there was like how to
It's like I could tell you if your bag of weed is short just
Yeah.
by looking at it.
Yeah, if there was like a how to sell drugs class in high school, then maybe I would have
Yeah.
gotten a 4.0.
Yeah. Here's how to get stoned without getting caught or making it obvious. 101.
Hiding your beer in your car, 101.
How to pay $47 for a lift. 101.
How to turn onto a side street and throw all the garbage in your car out of your car, 101. I can't believe I did that.
How to argue with the sweet old man at the grocery store to get the 50% discount on 4 packs of soda pops for your podcast studio with Matt. 101.
What would be a 101 class that you would suck at?
Like pre-algebra.
No, I'm talking like
Street ones?
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone sucks at this. Right now is tax season, And I have a laundry list of a to-do list right now. And it's so daunting. Taxes make no sense. And
You
I don't
already
think
paid them. Why do you have to pay them again?
Matt, this is different. From you, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a multi-business owner, okay? I have to do this. Oh. I'm actually supposed to pay quarterly throughout the year, and I don't. So, yeah. This is NBNH Media LLC. Just IRS got its eye on us. But it's so daunting, the taxes, that, like, even the other day I was thinking about it, trying to, like, figure out what I need to do by the time I need to do it, because I'm making a lot of moves right now. Making money moves. That's what I'm doing. And I was like, Jordan, you just need to get started. But that's what's scaring me, is I'm afraid to even get started because A, I don't know where to start. And B, it's just, I know there's a lot of work ahead of me.
Yeah,
I don't know, I'm pretty much dominating pretty much every aspect of life right now. So that's a hard question for me to answer, of like what 101 class would I suck at.
If there was a people watching class, I would fail that.
Like by getting caught?
I'm just bad at it.
You're great at people watching. You can't help yourself but look at if anybody comes through the door of any sort of public establishment, Matt's like,
yeah, but I'm not like nonchalant about it. My back will be to the door. I'll hear it open, and then I'll literally just be like,
okay. So you would be not good at like under the radar people watching.
Yes.
You'd be great at how obvious can I make it that I'm just watching people and stare them down as they walk in, Matt's,
and I don't
just staring
discriminate.
them.
Guy, girl, hot, ugly, gay, straight. I'm watching you.
Yeah, look at the fun bags on that one. It's like, Matt, she's sitting right next to you.
Well, I gotta go. Keep the change.
What 101 class would I stink at? Cutting back on pornography 101.
Imagine that high school class. All right, get in there,
Yeah.
guys. What are we gonna be doing today? Not watching porn.
There's just a kid in the back. Oh!
This class sucks.
No, he already broke down and was looking at some on his browser.
Can I go to the bathroom? Yeah, drop your phone off before you go here. I don't have to go anymore.
Yeah. Not putting a Zin in your lip every 15 to 45 minutes.
That'd be a tough one.
That would be tough for me. Watching new movies 101. I'm not great at it.
There was a new
as
movie.
You could tell by the opening scene of this episode, we talked about obscure 90s comedies.
I'm a big like superhero movie guy, and there was a new Captain America that came out, and instead of going and watching the movie, which I probably should have done, I just went and read the plot on Wikipedia.
Yeah, you're weird. You do that. You instead of watching a movie, you'll watch the
15-minute recap on YouTube.
Well, and I also got an audiobook recommended to me, and it's on Spotify Premium. I'm like, sweet, I'll check it out. And I was texting a friend about it, and I was like, wow, 19 hours long. That's a bit above my pay grade. I'm usually, like maybe 5-6 hours, because that's a lot of attentive. And right below it was the 15-minute synopsis of the 19-hour thing. And I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, here's just a wild fact. I don't think I've read a book to completion in my entire life.
That's pretty terrible. And knowing you for as long as I did, you actually got some pretty decent grades. So I don't know how that matches up.
I would skip chapters.
Right now, I'm trying to read a book, and it's difficult because, and books are tough because, you get yourself into one that's not, you're not looking forward to reading it. That's tough right there out of the gate. That's brutal. But then you're like, oh, I want to see this one through, and it's like, how many pages? That's what I constantly do if I'm reading a book. If I'm reading, not comprehending, if I'm reading, huge difference. And I'm constantly looking at what page number I'm at, because I'm like, all right, it's 245 pages. I'm at page
I'll be done
48.
in 75
Sweet,
years.
20% done, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to finish them through, though.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever, the one time, a couple of years ago, my brother's like, hey, do you want to go to the used book sale at the library? You can get super cheap used books.
And you're like, no, but I'll be at the bar if you want to meet
and
me
I was like,
afterwards.
you know what? I'm going to get into reading books. So I went and bought this stack of books, and I set it in my room on the shelf behind my door 4 years ago, and it's still there untouched.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've actually even looked at your book collection if there's anything I want, because I was like, I know he won't even notice that this is gone.
Yeah, it's like,
I'll still let him know, but he won't care.
oh, yeah, it's like,
I think you have one up here, maybe you took it down.
A couple of those Jeff Pearlman books. I've read a couple chapters of those, but then again, it's like, wow, there's reruns of Pawn Stars on TV, so...
Best I can do is 4 pages and then turn on Hulu.
Yeah, it's just tough when there's TV out there and there's so many. Sometimes I'll just go look through streaming services, not find anything to watch, and that's how I spent an hour of my time.
Yeah, well, I'm actually going to get into that a little bit later because it is tough, but we better keep it moving on so you can go get your neck cracked in half after this. This is going to be a quick one, but like I said, I'm making a lot of moves right now, so I've had a few meetings lately, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a business meeting, but that just makes it all that more awkward. You could just be having lunch or dinner with a one-on-one, but I'm having these, and I'm clearly overthinking it, but when you have a one-on-one eating, you're at a restaurant, lunch, dinner, breakfast, I don't care, whatever, how do you even eat? Because I found myself at a meeting not too long ago where I was doing a majority of the talking, and like towards the end, I just had to be like, okay, I'm going to focus on my food now because I haven't touched it. Is there just awkward silences and chewing going on?
What I've found out is any business lunch, any business that gets done is right when you get there until your food gets there. And then nothing else is business talk.
See, I've been going at it the opposite way. Like the first part is usually small talk. What did you think of the Luca trade?
Yeah.
Have you gotten a hand job recently?
That's usually how I start my business meetings.
What kind of cigarettes are you smoking these days?
See, here's why I'm a big advocate for beers at lunch or / work meetings, is because you can be like, you want to get some beers to start? You have like 3 or 4 beers. There takes you an hour of business talk.
Yeah.
Gets them loosened up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you order food.
And then the food part is no longer business? Yeah. I did the opposite. Like, I think it was...
You're just like, so yeah, we got pretty good profits, and you just have a fucking roast beef sandwich hanging out.
No, it was me and 2 other gentlemen, and we're having it was important. For me, it was important because I was like, I want to get my point across. I want them to hear what I have to say, because this is just how this is going to get done, if it's going to get done at all. And so I was talking as they were eating, and then I was at finally when we did wrap up the business portion, I was like, okay, I'm going to eat my food now, because I would do the whole one bite and set it down and then talk a little more and then 1 bite. That's how I don't get it. I don't understand how people eat at business meetings.
You got to have the beer buffer.
I guess so.
And if you're sober, break that sober streak.
Yeah.
I've been 14 years sober, but I'm trying to sell my business. Well, you're about to be 1 day sober.
Yeah. We're about to go back down to 1 day after 14 years. No, I was just curious because it dawned on me, and then I had another business meeting. I think it also depends on what you're eating, because that first one, it was basically just a cheeseburger and fries, some hand food. The second one, I got some pasta. So that one, I feel like that one was a little easier. Mm-hmm. However, I still, because I'm usually the one leading the charge. It's like I'm the one who called this meeting. I'm the one who wants, if anything's going to get done, it's going to come from me leading the charge.
Can we talk about, we were at a restaurant and you ordered a barbecue bacon burger without barbecue sauce?
No, it's just because of the topping of their list of burgers that I just wanted the toppings on that one with bacon and an onion ring. I didn't want the barbecue sauce.
Oh, so you got a bacon cheeseburger, add an onion ring.
Yeah, but I feel like if you do that separately, it's going to be way more. And I mean, I could have done that, but
There's two ways to skin a cat. One of them's just really fucking stupid.
Is that what I did?
No, I would think the other one, because then you'd be like, "Oh, I got a
is
bacon
just
cheeseburger, and they just gave me a pile of onion rings on the side." Like there's more chance they f that up.
I just wanted one onion ring, and there are only so many options. Like that particular place you're talking about, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like we're just gonna throw a burger on a plate and then pile a bunch of gravy on top of it.
Oh, is that called the lava burger or something?
No, that one's the pizza one, I think.
Oh.
And that one is just a bunch of pizza sauce.
Oh,
on
yeah.
it.
I pooped my pants in the parking lot one time after eating that.
Yeah. Shouldn't have brought this up middle of a fast. Great. Loved it. Absolutely. Business meetings. How do you eat during them? Maybe just don't. Moving on.
Okay. So, back when I was having some problems with the old shoulder, yeah, give me one of them Cokes. Yeah, that's fine. Bumble. Yep. So when my shoulder was hurting,
Some good content.
yeah. So when my shoulder was hurting, I couldn't really sleep at all because like it was just super uncomfortable. So I went down this rabbit hole of Pablo Escobar's hippos. This is like it's the craziest thing ever. So hippos are native to Africa. They're not anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
They're in zoos. Pablo Escobar, in his big compound, his compound had over 130 bedrooms.
In Colombia.
Yeah.
Medellin.
Medellin.
Maron.
Maron. And he had a zoo on there. And they would, he had hippos and giraffes and stuff like that. And then, so they get to the end of when he gets killed and they're like, okay, we need to get rid of all these animals. So they started giving them to zoos and stuff. And there was 4 hippos there. And they're like, we don't know how to transport a hippo because they weigh like 3 tons each. And so they just open the gates and they're like, good enough for me? Good enough for you? Okay, great. And these hippos just started living in the river that's right there. And
How many people have been chomped in half by these suckers?
probably quite a bit. Like hippos kill a ton of people.
Oh, yeah. They don't mess around.
But there was 4 hippos back in like the mid 1980s. Now there's over 160 hippos because apparently the environment there is like more conducive than Africa because there's like less natural predators. It's warmer and it has like less of like a drought. And so these hippos are like thriving and they can't stop like procreating.
Oh, these hippos can have all the sex they want.
Yeah,
I
and
hit on one chick at the bar and I'm a jackass.
Yeah. You can just get a drink thrown in my face. But yeah, now there's just hippos and we don't know what to do with them. So they've tried like castrating hippos, but they're really hard to like, because they'll shoot them with
They're hard to catch.
Yeah,
and
they'll
capture.
They'll shoot them with a tranq dart, and then the hippo will go into the water, and then it'll pass out, and then it'll just drown. So they couldn't really do that, and then they were trying to get people to get on board with eating hippos, but apparently they're not very good.
Can't imagine.
And then like there's people that have gift shops down there that are about Escobar's hippos. They call them cocaine hippos.
Yeah, I've heard of these before. It's a really interesting story. And the dude essentially just brought a whole new species.
Yeah.
Species? Am I saying that correctly? Species.
Oh, now you species.
I said species right away, and that wasn't it.
Species.
Species.
Yeah.
There we go. Nailed it.
And it's like destroying the environment because apparently their poops in the water create some sort of like toxin that kills fish, which kill otters, which kill manatees or something. There's some sort of trickle down economics about hippo economics that I'm not understanding, but the hippos are killing manatees somehow, some way. Like one thing led to another.
You think hippos are dinosaurs?
They're pretty close.
I mean, they're just like, they're a pretty gnarly animal if you really get down to the brass tacks of it. Excuse me, this diet soda's going right through me.
And they can run like 25 miles an hour. And they can swim even faster. We should not have started drinking these diet sodas.
We're both drinking multiple diet sodas on an empty stomach while trying to record a podcast.
Yes.
Not the first time.
No brains, no headache for
Won't
you.
be the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is no brains, no headache, people. Keep this in mind. If you're at this point in the episode, if you're 34 minutes in and you're asking yourself, what the fuck am I listening to? That's kind of on you. It's called No Brains, No Headache for a reason.
So when I'm looking back to like cut up clips for it, I have to listen to it like 1.5 times fast, just because my voice sounds like Kermit the Frog if he had shin splints.
Yeah. Shoulder issues.
Kermit the Frog if he was having shoulder problems.
Oh, God.
Why do you have to listen to it fast?
It's just faster to get through. And it's nice when there's like a minute break for us getting sodas or just burping into the microphones where it's like...
Or me getting angry and walking off and saying, Matt, take over.
And then I don't take over.
It's like in Wayne's World when he gets kicked off set and then it's just Garth and he's like, oh, I'm really scared now. Yeah, hippos are it's a wild animal.
Yeah,
literally. I mean, if you think about it.
So by 2040, they predict that there could be over 1,000 hippos in Colombia, which is just wild.
Is this like a danger to humans?
Not really.
I mean, was it right away? Because when they first let the 4 out, did they let the people know? Because what if your kid's just swimming in the river and then it just gets watermelon chomped by Harry the hippo?
I mean, that's just a
Do they
risk.
eat humans? They meat eaters?
They'll kill human. I don't think they eat. They're herbivores, I think.
They got like giant teeth, like the size of this soda pop
And
can.
they always go like different directions. Like the hippo teeth health
And they can just like hold their breath underwater forever? How does that work?
for like 40 minutes, I think.
What?
Yeah.
How long do you think you could hold your breath underwater for?
The most I ever did was 1 minute and like 15 seconds.
What if I held you under the water?
I would be dead in 20 seconds. It's easier in a hot tub to hold your breath.
Why?
Your body's more relaxed.
Oh.
I don't think that's the reason, but apparently that's what it is. I'm not going to be like David Blaine, who's like, I'm going to hold my breath for 22 minutes and then pass out and almost die. It's like, who could have seen this one coming? I don't know. Literally everyone on the planet.
-30 in February in North Dakota. Who could have seen this one coming?
Yeah, I'm cold. No shit.
Hate to bring it up again, but wait until it does warm up and people go, how about this heat wave?
Yeah. Proverbial table flip.
When the first person to say that to me, I'm going to be like, get the fuck out of my face.
That's what you should do, is just carry around a folding table and someone says something, you're like, 1 second. You just set it up.
Yeah,
Just,
take the time to get the legs out and everything and put it together and just,
do you mind taking a couple steps back? Thanks.
yeah.
Ah!
Son of a bitch. Pablo Escobar's Hippos. Are they creating a whole new world of hippo population?
I'm here for it, though.
Yes. Yes, they are. I don't like wild animals that are predominant in Africa. Like, I forgot rhinos existed. I didn't forget, but I just didn't think of them for a long time until the other day.
Okay, let me...
Because we live in fucking Canada practically.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at that white-tailed deer. Yeah.
Someone brings up rhinos.
Immediately.
Where does your head go?
To a person named Ryan that it gets a nickname Rhino from their uncle that they hate. That's where my head goes.
Oh, I was gonna say the Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura.
Oh,
That's exact. That's right
obscure
where
comedy.
Yeah. Actually, that one's not even. That's pretty mainstream.
When Nature Calls. 'Cause that's the second one. That's not Pet Detective.
Yeah.
Great film. I'll check it out again soon. Speaking of Pablo Escobar, I watched The Sopranos for the second time.
I know. You have my HBO account.
I rewatched it.
I love how everything on there, you can tell which is like what Jordan's watching, and then he'll just be like Gold Rush. It's like, oh, that's what Matt was watching.
Yeah, if I don't know if you noticed, but I put on Gulliver's Travels.
You have just, I wish I could pull it up of what you have on the
Okay,
queue.
that is clearly my sleep movie because it's so boring that like 20 minutes in, I'm just
There was like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I think, was on there.
Good
But
one.
that's a good movie.
good one.
I'm trying to think what else was on there, but it was just like, what the?
Well, I usually watch them to completion, so I don't know why they continue. They stay on the continue watching when it's like, oh, do you want me to watch the credits? Yeah, Gulliver's Travels is I've twice now. I'm like 40 minutes in.
Is that the one where Jack Black's like a huge person?
Yeah.
I have no interest in watching that movie.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, not really, but
Is it better than Night at the Museum?
no,
Okay.
no. Well, it's hard to compete with Night at the Museum. Watched Along Came Polly.
Oh, so good.
So funny. Philip Seymour Hoffman, R.I.P. in peace. Classic character.
They're trying to. Who's the guy they're trying to? Is it Philip Seymour Hoffman when they're trying to insure him? And he's like, "You're too dangerous." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And he just jumps off the roof.
No, that's Ben Stiller's character. He's a senior risk analyst or whatever.
I love how his wife cheats on him, and then he has to get a ride to the airport from the scuba instructor.
The guy that was just plowing her. First day of your honeymoon. That scene actually brought me a little bit of sadness and anger. I'm like, how come I have a feeling that's going to happen to me? I really know how to pick them. Anyway, rewatched The Sopranos, and this time around, the ending snuck up on me.
How?
Well, okay, I don't remember exactly everything that happened. I don't know why I thought there was like 7 or 8 seasons. So I was on season 6. I was like, okay, cool. Because I was really into it. Like, it was my go-to. Loved watching it. Crush an episode here and there. And yeah, there's only 6 seasons. And yeah, all of a sudden it was over. And then I fell into a dark place. Because I wasn't spending the 45 minutes going through streaming services trying to find what I wanted to watch.
Then just decide to go to bed at 7:30 instead.
I know what I want to watch. The Sopranos, Tony and the boys. However, I should have seen it coming because they really started to kill off a lot of main characters.
Yeah.
Like one of them got killed off, and I was just like, wow, that's a huge hit. And there's like 21 episodes in this 6th season. I should have seen that one coming when say like, usually it's like 12 episodes, 10, 14, something like that. When you get into the 20s for one season, you got to understand that the writers are probably getting close to wrapping this thing up. I didn't see it coming at all. Also, not a great show to watch if you're dieting or fasting. Since they're Italian, all they do is eat food.
Yeah. And very large in carbohydrate food.
Oh, there's so many different words for the pasta dishes they have. I don't even know. I don't even know half of them. They all look good though.
Italian food. We could do an Olympics of like culinary food options.
I might have to come with you to the Cairo. My shoulder's kind of hurting now.
It's a podcast epidemic, podcasters and their shoulders. And it's not like I even did anything. I slept wrong on it like 2 years ago.
And now you're just getting to the bottom of it. Matt, looks like you got a few texts coming in.
Oh yeah, I spam like people I haven't talked to, and like I don't even have that number.
Hey, I know you have stage 4 prostate cancer, but if you have a moment on Saturday, come to the comedy show.
Exactly.
Yeah, I rewatched The Sopranos, and like last time I watched it, I purposely didn't watch the last episode. I just didn't want it to end. But now maybe it's showing signs of growth and maturity.
I've been rewatching Yellowstone, and Beth on Yellowstone, great cans by the way. She describes intermittent fasting as this. She's like, I don't eat until noon, and then I eat whatever I want until 6, and then I start drinking.
I don't think that's how it works. Plus, she smokes cigarettes all the time.
Oh, yeah. Like, I would weigh 20 pounds if I just chief darts all the time.
Yeah.
What'd you have for dinner? An entire pack of cigarettes?
Probably going to pop a Zin in my lip the moment we stop recording.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Let's just keep it moving on. Time for Matt's epic segment. Wait, you can't do that?
We got to wait. You can't do that from North Dakota this week. So wait. You can't.
Okay, I thought we had the same one because I actually have one too.
Wait, you can't do that. New England, North Dakota students face charges for lighting a student on fire.
It says New England men. Is it?
Yeah, they're both 18 in high school.
Okay.
On New Year's Eve, 2024, on Jordan's birthday.
Oh, thank you.
And they also filmed it, which is also pretty great. Law enforcement matched the barbed wire tattoo on the hand of one of them.
That's always the worst when a tattoo gives it away.
Yeah.
So they're really regretting that
They
tattoo.
say that roughly 27% of this guy's body was burned.
So did he want to be burned, or were they like trying to torture / kill him?
No, they were trying to like torture him. Apparently, they used some sort of like, I think it was like gas that they used.
What kind of slur did this kid call them that prompted them to light him on fire?
I don't even know if this is brake fluid flammable. Apparently it is.
I feel like anything you put into your vehicle is probably a certain amount of flammable, for sure.
Told deputies that the fire was an accident, even though they used brake fluid and a lighter while drinking alcohol. Who could have seen this one coming?
What happened to the kid? Is he alive?
20% or 27% of his body is burned. And wrapped in bandages, and the other two are facing
what kind of charges come with lighting somebody on
attempted
fire?
manslaughter, I believe, aggravated assault, and endangering by fire.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. So apparently, I'm gonna set you on fire, and then I'm gonna go to jail.
Well, at least that guy and me won't have to shave our balls anymore because all the skin will be singed off.
Yeah. I wonder what part of his body. One time I set Denko Andy on fire.
On purpose?
We were sitting at a fire, and I had a spray bottle of gasoline, and I just started spraying it on his sweatpants.
Let's back up. A spray bottle of gasoline?
It was like one of those Gatorade bottles that has the cool tops.
And there's gas in there?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's what I used to start the fire.
Oh.
And then I was just kind of spraying it on his sweatpants when he wasn't looking. And then I just took the lighter and just, and his one leg just went on fire. And I just remember him running around my backyard going, guys.
I remember taking a bottle of Axe body spray and a lighter and just making a flamethrower out of it.
We used to do this thing to my oldest brother where you do like an Axe bomb where you duct tape.
Where you call him a retard.
Yeah.
Classic prank.
Make better life decisions. You duct tape the top of it so it continuously sprays, and we'd wait till he's super hungover in his room, and then you just roll it in there like a concussion grenade and just let it spray. Because you know he wouldn't wake up until it's like gonna be almost gone, and then his entire room is just ruined.
That's brutal. So you're telling me that you can't light somebody on fire with brake fluid while drinking alcohol?
Apparently, it's against the law.
I mean, you can, but then you're going to get...
Also, don't have stupid barbed wire tattoos. You will get convicted of any crime there is video of. Also, try your best not to have red hair.
I feel like the tattoo artist, when they came in with their idea of the tattoo and set the appointment, the tattoo artist probably has to give a disclaimer like, the chances of you breaking the law and getting caught now that I'm going to tattoo barbed wire anywhere on your body just shot up about 62%. Are you okay with that?
As they're tattooing.
Sign on the dotted line here.
So when are you going to prison?
Yeah. So what are your hobbies? You going to get into reading like Matt? Because, well, that's all you can really do in prison, that and get plowed in the ass by another guy. The old prison wallet.
By a guy that his nickname is just some sort of tool.
Like Jackhammer.
Yeah.
Wait, that's really... That one was gay, but...
This is Buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Wrench.
Oh, yeah, wrench. This one is Philip. That's just his name.
This is Philip. Screwdriver.
Tack hammer. I'm big on the hammers right now. That's all I can think of. This one is Snips.
Or if you get like a guy that sucks, be like, this is Crescent Wrench. He just gets plowed by everyone.
Well, I hope those guys' prison wallets are nice and loose, because that's probably where they're headed. Or I don't know how the justice system works, to be honest. I have no idea. Well, I also decided to piggyback off Matt, and I also have, wait, you can't do that? This also comes out of North Dakota. Headline reads, ICE impersonator allegedly removes inmate from Williston jail. Matt, have you read this story yet?
I have not.
A Williston man allegedly, I love when they use allegedly, it's like, okay, well, he did it.
Clearly did it.
Impersonated federal law enforcement and removed an inmate from the Williams County Correctional Center. According to the affidavit, he like called the head and told the jail that he's like on his way. And so the guy like picked up his shit and his belongings and got ready. And then I wish they had more details. It's a pretty brief article. But the guy just showed up, said he was from ICE, and they're like, all right, sounds good. Turns out he is not in, what is that, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Not employed by ICE, and he's facing a Class A misdemeanor for impersonating law enforcement. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's only a misdemeanor.
If I ever go to jail or you go to jail, we'll just impersonate.
I'll go to a gas station and buy one of those security hats.
Yeah, who still has the tag on it. Like, did you get that from Come and Go? No.
Get the Burt Macklin, like, FBI. Two things that don't line up. Like, one says security, one says FBI, and then
very different color shades.
You're wearing sweatpants.
We'll just make sure you go to a pizza shop and remove the tags in the bathroom.
Yep, as one does. You got to do what you got to do.
Cover up your barbed wire tattoo as well.
Yep.
You walk into a correctional center and you have a barbed wire tattoo, they're going to pick you off from a mile away. They're going to know exactly who you are, and you're not. They're going to say, put the brake fluid down. All right? You're not an ICE employee. ICE. What an interesting concept. Yeah, apparently you can't do that. So Matt and I are going to finish up with Facebook Marketplace, and then
you can
get the hell out of here.
Lead off with your tractor you sent me.
All right, I sent Matt this one this morning. This is on the Mandan/Bismarck. Notice that Mandan's first, bastards. Mandan/Bismarck online garage sale. I'm just going to read the first few words here, and then you as a listener can decide for yourself. Like new 1999 John Deere tractor. This 26 years old tractor has 690 hours on it. Like new, though. I don't know how that makes any sense at all. Everything works perfect. Are you sure about that? But Dustin is selling it, so if you guys needed a John Deere tractor,
you can stay on the farming equipment for your next one.
Yeah, you got it.
Someone is selling or offering for sale, but doesn't give a price. Before it goes to scrap, located 30 miles south of Mandan, will sell for scrap price. The sooner the better. And it's a threshing machine.
Yeah, from about 1912. Yeah.
It is a very old farm equipment that I'm not really sure what it does.
It's so old that trees have grown like through it. You notice that? There's just like trees that have just grown through the different parts.
Some guy just wants this gone. One, it's like located 30 miles from a area, and it's probably in an impossible place to get to because there is no like tracks or anything around this.
They also just posted this the other day, and it is negative 30 degrees.
Yeah, you know what I want to spend my Saturday doing? Moving a 40-ton hunk of shit.
I love how he says will sell for scrap price. Like, oh, are you the scrap yard?
Okay, so let me get this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pay him scrap price.
Yep.
and then I'm going to take it and then go get it scrapped.
Yeah. So you're just wasting time and resources. Yeah, it doesn't make it. I don't. And this thing, when I first sent it to Matt, he said, "Is that a transformer?" And it kind of does.
It kind of looks like the one that, like, when they go to like that.
Looks like the Star Wars things too. I don't know what they're called.
Those the walking
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Where they turns out all you need to do is trip them, and they're pretty much worthless.
That's what it looks like. So nobody wants this as a yard decoration. How do you even? You can't even use like a tow truck or anything to get this thing moved.
Just be like my neighbor and use a 1996 Ford Blazer as a yard decoration.
Absolutely ridiculous. All right. Time for the panties.
Oh, yeah. Someone is selling bright pink, size large, no holds, pickup North Bismarck cash only, and it's swimsuit bottoms, I'm assuming used, for $2. Here's just a thought. If you really need $2, I will give you $2. Also, no one is going to drive to pick up used swimwear. And if they do, they should be punched in the face repeatedly.
Sorry, I kind of looked ahead and I came across this KFYR article. You don't usually see a lot of people out cycling in the middle of a North Dakota winter, but that doesn't stop some cyclists. Some are passionate about the sport. Others ride out of necessity. And then the sub-headline is Bismarck woman hit by cars twice while cycling in the Bisman area within the past 2 years. They probably didn't mean to, but just like your tires spinning out and flying by, it's a little slick out there. Oh, we got this one, Matt. Want me to take it?
Yeah.
All right. This is Central ND Garage Sales. Nicole is selling a men's XL leather jacket. Great condition, smoke-free home. But it was very specific. Can meet Saturday morning in North Bismarck around 9. First of all, doesn't come from a smoke-free home. I can tell you that for free. If you're selling a leather jacket on Facebook for $20, you smoke. The brand of jacket is Red Camel. You smoke Camel Crushes for sure in your home. There's no doubt about it. And even if there is a leather jacket for sale, you're getting stabbed in North Bismarck around 9 o'clock. Do we have any more? Oh, we should go do this this race, Matt, that requires you to go through certain obstacles.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just saw this one. Speeding woman on cocaine kills drunk driver high on meth in North Las Vegas. And someone commented, penalties offset, first down.
Did we talk about this one? Even if we did.
Was it the lady trying to sell 4,000 buttons for $20?
Oh, no. It's the gift certificate that expires like the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody was trying to sell a complimentary gift certificate to a casino about an hour south of Bismarck. It was an $80 gift certificate, but she was selling it for $50, and it expired the next day. So that's just great. Anyone have a car they want to sell? I have $900. I have $900. Bismarck's people reporting news.
Can't even get tires for $900.
We've definitely talked about this one, but I'll bring it up again. Fireball bottle lamp. Perfect for a man cave or bar. $40. Good Lord.
Okay.
All right. Well, that, I think, wraps up episode 237. Upcoming show, Saturday, February 22nd at the Poppy Creative. We have Bethany Ablin. She's opened for Nikki Glazer before. She's a finalist for Fargo's Funniest Comedian. We also have Nathan Rowe, who was highly recommended to us by all of the Fargo comedians we know. Matt is going to open. I'm going to host. And like I said, it's at the Poppy Creative. That's on West Main in Mandan. I think it's going to be a fun show, a new venue. Try something else out, switch it up a little bit, and we're going to have a good time. There's only a few tickets left, so you're going to want to get in there. You're going to want to check out what ticket suits you. First show, doors at 6, show at 6:30, about 90 minutes of comedy. Get out of there at 8. Second show, doors at 8:30, show at 9. Get out of there about 10:30. I don't know what more you want. At this point, we're literally catering to people's schedules. How many times have you heard some jackass be like, I was tired that night, so I didn't come.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Now you're going to be even more tired.
Because Matt and I are going to beat the shit out of you in the alleyway.
I'm going to run you over with my car if it starts.
We're going to go buy that thrashing machine and put you through it. That's what's going to happen. Matt's going to scrap with you. Matt, how can our listeners get more involved in No Brains, No Headache Land?
Follow, subscribe, leave us ratings, reviews, wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever you have social media. We are closing in on 25,000 people that follow us on Instagram. That's a great place for us. Facebook's up there as well. You can find us on Twitter and YouTube. So check us out.
All right. Matt's going to go get adjusted after this, so pray for him. Up next, episode 238.
You're watching Channel 4 News with 5-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy and Tits McGee.
Good evening, San Diego. I'm Veronica Corningstone. Tits McGee is on.